Hi.
Hey.
Hola, everybody. Welcome to Girls Run These Worlds. This is a special holiday one-shot of Pasion de las Pasiones. I am your GM today, Diana Moon. I use she, her pronouns. We'll be running Deja and Nieve, which means let it snow in Spanish. We have a wonderful cast, a wonderful game today. We're all very caffeinated, so excuse a little bit of shenanigans from that. So we're going to go around the table. Please tell us your name, your pronouns, your character's name, pronouns, the playbook you're playing, and you can say it in English or Spanish. No worries there. And a little fun fact about your character. Anything. Could be anything. It could be something special. Maybe were you good? Were you nice or naughty this year? You know? I am going to pick on Anne first, please.
Hi, my name is Anne. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Catalina de la Vega, who also uses she, her pronouns. Her playbook is El Gameo. I don't want to tell you what that means. I will not say it in English. You can figure it out later. Fun fact about my character. She's been a little naughty, but I will explain that in her intro.
Exactly. Thank you for that. We'll go to a related character, Julia.
Hello. Hi, that's me. Hi, my name is Julia. I use she or they pronouns. Today I will be playing Adrian, who uses they, he pronouns, and I'll be using the El Empleado handbook playbook. Apparently I need more caffeine. Fun fact about Adrian, they are a volunteer stage manager for their local drag show. So that's fun.
Definitely very fun. Thank you for that. And we'll now move over to Eric.
Hi, everyone. I am Aaron. I use she, they, they pronouns. I am playing Evangelina Rivas, whose pronouns are she, her. Fun fact, I am playing an absolute trash fire character. I am complicit in everything bad that's going to happen tonight, this morning, whatever time it is. You should hate my character, but you should absolutely love me.
Fantastic. And not last but not least, the one and the only Ava.
Hello, my darlings and dears. It's your mother, Ava, here. I play Ada Cruz. We both use she, her pronouns, and I play out of the Matriarch playbook. Fun fact about my character. Don't know how the business is still running, but she makes her employee decisions using tarot cards. Still running. Don't know how, but everything comes up Ada.
Fantastic. And that is our lovely cast today. So what this is all about is we are at a holiday office party. It's not a mandatory holiday office party, but if you want to know all the goss, you come. And the office party is hosted by Ada and Ava. I'm gonna get mixed up. I apologize already.
I did realize that too late. It's like shit.
But Ada Cruz, the current founding member of this company, which is a matchmaking company. My brain is still a little bit out there because I just love the name we gave our company, and I suddenly just don't remember it, even though I have it right somewhere.
Tinderella, I think.
Yes, it was Tinderella. Perfect matchmaking company software app. It'll like you can swipe to find your Prince Charming, your Princess Darling, all of that good stuff. And despite the fact that the weather forecast has been saying, it's going to be quite a bit of a I'm from California. We don't know about snow. A flurry, I guess. But still the party must go on, of course, and so it's in the swing of things. There's obviously drinks, there's Christmas music, there's non-Christmas music, there's badly sung karaoke, there is one of our lovely office mates here, Carmen Chavez offering to do a little bit of oracle reading for anybody's holidays, mainly to see if you want to know what's in your Christmas presents. That's what she's focused on today. You know, and while everybody's having a good time here, they don't realize that outside the snow is getting heavier and faster and a little bit weird. Someone tries to go downstairs outside for a smoke and realize they cannot open the door because, oh no, the only exits on the ground floor have been snowed in. Before we introduce all of our characters, as we have this little scene of this random office worker going like, damn it, you know, like, and just looks at their cigarette and just crumples it like, nope, because they look and see that there's obviously smoke detectors everywhere. We pan out to the logo of this show, and this show has been on for a couple of seasons now, about 3 seasons. It's all about office shenanigans and fun. And for today's special, there is Christmas music playing, very generic Carol of the Bells kind of style of music. And we see scenes of like the former founding members of Tinderella, where they like are in various power poses of executive like rooms, and their their faces go gray as they're no longer part of it. But we do see Ada. What is Ada doing in this opening sequence?
In this opening sequence, you see she is. I think this is going to be one of her opportunities of just looking down at her cards, checking to see what this party is going to be bringing for her. You see that she is a brown-skinned woman, horn-rimmed glasses, a bob haircut, because of course she has to have a bob, and it's sharp and brown. Dressing conservatively, but like skin tight to be like a little bit of a sensual feel to it. But she's just looking down at her cards, and her eyebrows are furrowed. It's like, this is not good. Maybe. I need tea.
Excellent. And her name and her actress's name is placed across the screen with current only founding member listed underneath it. And it trains over to someone who could be a founding member. We see Evangelina. What is Evangelina doing in this opening sequence scene?
I think she's having a midnight meeting with, hold on, I gotta look up this ex-husband name real quick. Juan Cruz in her office. It looks like they're talking business, but then she pulls him in by his tie and kisses him on the lips.
The music goes dramatically, and Evangelina's full name and actor's name is there, along with the title of CFO, and then added onto that, relative of former founder gone missing. Then we switch over to someone who's probably a little too overworked. We get a couple of scenes of them, flashback scenes of them being an accountant, being a runner, messaging on like the Tinderella app, all these other things. And then finally we see them as they are right now. Adrian.
Hi. You probably see Adrian just sitting at their desk. They are an accountant. They are just like printing off a bunch of spreadsheets. You see they are pale-skinned, glasses, shorter, dark red hair, very curly. And as they print out the sheets and they neatly pack them up into their binder, and they go to the break room, get a tea or a coffee, depending on the time of day, because they know what Miss Cruz will be wanting, trek the way up to the very top floor of the building. I was going to make up a number, and then I was like, I don't know. let's leave it vague. Trek my way up to Miss Cruz's office, and I deliver the paperwork. And Miss Cruz probably immediately starts talking at me the second I walk in, and I just like pull out my notepad and I'm just like, and that's it.
Yeah, and then the music fades, and we do see a couple of scenes of shadowed characters that have like the similar shape and style of Evangelina, but we never see their face, you know? And then it slowly fades into someone like doing like one of those hair commercials of like flipping their hair down and everything, and we see Catalina. What is Catalina up to?
So in this opening sequence, you see a Latina woman sitting at her desk. She does this like really cute like chair spin, and she's wearing a very trendy like pantsuit situation. Very professional, but also says, I'm fashionable. You see her stand up from her desk, her dark hair in a ponytail that she usually wears it in. And you see her walking down a hallway to the bathroom, and she goes to stand in front of the mirror, and she pulls her ponytail off and just like shakes her hair loose, and then she does this over the shoulder look and winks at the camera. That's her opening sequence.
Excellent. And then we pan out from that into that wink was like a bright spark, and we see like, you know, the typical North Star. It's a lovely evening with the snow flurry and everything. And we see the building is surrounded by lots of snow, more snow than is expected for this kind of area. And we go up to the rooftop, and there's a dark shadow there. It almost looks at first like, could that be like a Santa sleigh? Did they put like a little Santa sleigh like decoration up top? But Ada would never do that. That's too cheesy, you know? But instead, it seems to be like one of those very fancy, like private jet / helicopters that's landed, like the stealth kind, and people are pouring out of it. And we get a little bit of murmur of like, you know, the little walkie-talkies, and it's like, is everything ready? It's like, the snow will make this a tight schedule, sir. We only got time. They're only on these floors. I'll make sure Evangelina distracts them. And we float in through, going through kind of like across kind of like the top floors where there's nothing going on. Maybe there might be one janitor who hates anything holiday. Like, no, I'm gonna get triple time, and I'll just clean while y'all party on the below floors. So they're happily doing their cleaning jobs up top and going through to one of the other floors above, where there's a couple of rendezvous happening with some of the lower employees. You know, it's like getting the chance to just have a talk here or there, a kiss here or there, something else here or there. But then we go down to where the party is bustling. And it's been a few hours into this party. No one's quite know yet that they're not allowed to leave for various different reasons. But we are going to hit to Catalina, because Catalina, what is it? Who are you wearing?
Actually, the outfit that I'm wearing for this evening, correct? It's evening, right? Is a sorry, I have to get the name correct because I mispronounce things terribly. Alejandro Santa Angel. I don't know how to say it properly. Does that sound correct? Anyway,
Yeah.
Ale is a coworker who sits across from me in the cubicle next door, and he has kindly agreed to create an original outfit for me for the party, and it is a silver. It is a silver shimmery sequined like pantsuit. Uh, um, it's a lot like the stuff she wears on a day to day, but it's like zhuzhed up and very much for a party. It's a party pantsuit, and it's silver and shimmery, and yeah, she is wearing a matching scrunchie on her hair, and it's red, and it's the same sequins on her outfit, but it's red, and she is very much bright and flashy.
Very glittery, almost like a mirror ball. And then you get flashed as you're like, taking a sip of drink and everything, as Ale is suddenly there with their phone and like this huge like camera attachment that shouldn't be for a phone, but is still on it. And it's just like going, it's like, Mija, you look gorgeous. Oh my God, it's so good. What? You've transformed my outfit. I'm so glad you have done this. Oh my goodness. You have to show everybody. And if anybody asks, it's an Alex special.
Absolutely. Did you get something for the social media though? Like if this goes viral, this might change your life.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to have it all planned. I got my honey. He's going to do so much work tonight. Once we get home and everything, you're going to be the belle of the ball. I promise, especially with that outfit. No, I wonder.
I know I can always count on you.
I wonder, maybe we could have done something a little more with your hair. I feel like white would look good on you for some reason. Women love to wear white nowadays. It's to embrace that, not that you're old, of course, but like to embrace that old, like, the maturity, the beauty of like, womanhood and such.
Sure, but the pop of color up here, it keeps me youthful. I have plenty of time to embrace maturity and womanhood.
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. But how have you been enjoying the party? I just got here. Well, I got here a little bit ago. I almost didn't get in. Oh, the roads, they were crazy out there.
Well, it's good to see you're safe. I mean, I have no idea where all the snows come from. You don't usually get
right
that much. It doesn't really get that cold here. So weird.
I know it's ridiculous, but luckily I got saved in the parking lot by Adamir. Oof, caliente. If I wasn't already engaged,
Definitely easy on the eyes. But you definitely scored yourself a catch too.
Exactly, yeah. And they kind of just like lean back against and like take a sip and like, oh, I gotta go see. Even though you're going to be the belle of the ball, I got to see all the fashion atrocities that happen. You got to have both the good and bad, I mean, I don't know. Did you see what
Give
Adrian's
us something?
Wearing?
Oh, yeah. I have no words. I am literally speechless.
I know Miss Cruz runs them ragged, but you would think, Speaking of Adrian,
I was just gonna say, like, I wish they would take some time for themselves. They have so much potential. They'd look so good if they just took the time to take care of themselves.
Exactamente. Adrian, where are you? And what are you wearing? You're definitely not wearing someone specific, right?
No, I'm recovering from this completely unprompted attack. So basically Adrian is just like falling down the stairs and I don't know why. But no, I'm at the party. I'm literally wearing this. It's like a Christmas sweater, like an ugly Christmas sweater with a jacket over top, a suit jacket, and it's the most dressed up you've seen them in a while. And they're put together, but they're not dripping in designer brands. That would bring attention to them, which they would love to have not happen if at all possible. And every time they find themselves wrapped up in some of like Ada's nonsense, respectfully, they're like, how did my life, how did I get here? But they have a glass of nice like mulled wine that they are sipping with their fellow accountant friends. I think they're probably surrounding the very nice lady who is the NPC that you told us about. She is doing the oracle readings. Yes, Miss Chavez. And yes, so I do not particularly want a reading, but I'm standing around watching some of my friends get their readings, and I'm just, every time a card flips over, or every time Miss Chavez says something about like their palm lines, their live, laugh, love lines, they're like, is that good? Is that bad?
I think right now they're consoling one of your accountant mates about like the fact that at first it was supposed to be a good thing. It's like, oh, you're getting that ring you always wanted. And they're like, but I was planning to break up with him at the end of the year. Oh, well, you might be able to still keep the ring, mijo. Mm. and just a little bit of that.
Do you want to have a conversation with Miguel about your expectations for where this is going?
It still may be in the cards for you. And your coworker's like, yes, I guess we'll have to do it. You know what? I don't have to be here. Thank you. And they everybody knows to be very nice to Carmen. Like, not because Carmen's mean or anything, but because they believe Ada will rain down on them if anybody's ever mean to Carmen. And they're like, gracias, Carmen. Thank you. This is very invaluable. You know what? I had a good time. I probably should go nip this in the bud, right, Adrian?
I think you need to sit down with yourself and have a very serious consideration about what you want and where you see this relationship going. And then once you've decided what the best future looks like for yourself, sit down with him and have a conversation and talk about that and see that your future paths align. And if they do, that's great. And if you want them to, but you're not ready yet, also cool. And if they don't, it may be time to move on.
Yeah. Just the timing of this. Thank you, Adrian. This is why you're Miss Cruz's number one, right?
Any reason's as good as any.
Yeah,
you have a good one.
You. And then they start grabbing their stuff and like saying goodbye to everybody and start heading down and everything. And yeah, Carmen does look at you, Adrian, and has a twinkle in her eye.
I'll look over my shoulder, see if I can get out of this.
Mm-hmm. You haven't asked for one. ¿Por qué? Why not?
I am good.
Is it because you've been very good?
I don't know if I've done enough to... I haven't done much. I'm not getting out of this, am I?
No. Where the fates tell me to go, that's where I go. The fates told me to come work here and code specifically for Miss Cruz. That's what I do. And, well, don't you want to know? Don't you want to... You seem like the type that needs to be prepared. Don't like surprises, right?
No. I have had my surprises in life, and... Yeah, okay. Yeah, I sit down very much kind of with the beleaguered air of let's get this over with. I have full respect for Ms. Chavez and her work. I just am anxious. I hold out my, is it palm readings? Tarot?
They're doing a bunch of different things depending on the person. So they take your palm. Like,
okay.
I see you do a lot of hard work, like feeling like the like calluses and everything and all that.
Yeah.
You are a good worker and a good person, aren't you?
Thank you. Some of the cuts, they're not just paper cuts. I have rats, like pet rats, not like in my house.
Oh,
And
like look surprised for just a second, like, I see.
and sometimes I give them treats, and they're like, the whole thing is a treat, and I'm like, no, just the yogurt, not my finger.
And we absolutely love those ambitious rats now, do we, Adrian? Hello, Miss Carmen, my darling dearest. What's happening over here? What's going on?
Good evening, Miss Cruz. I'm getting a palm reading.
Ooh, that is fantastic.
It will. No, it's true. I'll match with your tarot cards.
It is always good to see you, Senorita. And they nod at you, and they look over and it's like, yes, I can see you do care about your rats very much. You have 6 of them, right?
I do. I'm taken aback. I'm like,
very funny names you've given them.
Yeah, they're all named for mathematicians.
Oh, I see. The coding I do, I don't have to worry about the math part. I just do all the everything. I see where the code's supposed to be, but that's neither here nor there, right, Miss Ada?
No, that's what. Tell me more about that. No, okay.
Well,
holding out my hand.
You will have good presents, yes, but you will be having one, unfortunately, full of coal. Not literally, of course. Although, and she like kind of looks around, and there's like a flicker of the lights in a way that's not supposed to be happening, you know.
I sworn I got those lights paid for.
You did.
Thank you for verifying. Oh, that's weird.
It seems like, you are, and she looks at you surprisingly, Ada, in a bit of an entanglement.
Entanglement. My dear Adrian, what does that mean?
I no tangles here.
If you want to get that person, Adrian, you're gonna have to fess up.
I glance her eyes super. Okay, the I'm trying to keep it together thing has completely failed, and like slightly panicked. I like look around to make sure that no one can overhear this.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Veronica Baeza, the company lawyer, has been inching her way forward. Oh,
that's so interesting.
Adrian, you have someone you like?
According to my palm.
Well, the palm never lies, you see, Carmencita responds with. And she pats your palm and is like, you have it in you to make everything be the best Christmas ever if you celebrate. If not, the best winter ever. And she does finally let go of your palms. And Veronica...
Shake her hand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Veronica does nod their head to you, Ada, because, the boss is here. Like, And it's like, Adrian, I have to hear more. Who have you been with? And she had like a very sparkly look in her eyes.
I haven't been with anyone, and this is I don't know if this is a fully appropriate conversation to have at this particular party. Thank you for your time. Have a lovely evening, Miss Baeza. And I'm gonna go tell Ada, Miss Cruz, about my rats.
I love those rodents so much. Please tell me about them. But remember, I did hear that, and I will ask about that later.
As we're walking away, I'm like, you've heard enough about my rats today. Did I tell you I'm thinking about starting to make my own tofu?
Ooh, please tell me more.
I think because I did forget to bring it up. As you're like going on about tofu, there's like the show does this things of like reminders, kind of like Brooklyn Nine-Nine style, like flashbacks. So last time on, Adrian, What happened last time?
Last time on this show, Adrian had to stay late to work one night, and at some point they noticed that they heard ruffling or rummaging going on in Evangelina's office down the hall. Evangelina, who is technically their boss. And they got up to go see what was going on. And I'm so sorry, Erin, I'm trying to figure out if I yeah, no, because this will just make things easier. I think they saw white hair and Evangelina entangled with someone. And I think as we're like walking away, or like as Ada stops us, I think over her shoulder, Adrian makes eye contact with you, Evangelina, and immediately looks down and is like, I do not need to think about that.
Great
Hopefully, if she
segue.
is hooking up with someone else, she will stop hitting on me.
Hopefully. That is, we'll see. Evangelina, what are you doing when you locked eyes with someone that you must have?
I muted. So given the context of that, I think she quickly ushers Juan out of her office, like the second their like gaze breaks, so that Adrian can't see who it was. Just like shuffles them off and like immediately goes over to Adrian then.
No, my entanglements.
But right before you do engage with, your boss and your obsession, what happened last time, Evangelina? Sorry.
Okay, so I think what happened last time, I think Evangelina saw Adrian and it's Veronica, right? The lawyer. Saw them having like a water cooler chat and probably read the situation correctly, but overreacted. And you just see this like some kind of like award that she's got in her hand and she just crushes it and it snaps in half.
Ooh, very nice. So yes, the three of you've approached the entanglements. What is going on?
That is so fascinating about that tofu. You must bring some for me to try later.
Thank you. It fries very well.
Ooh, I love
made
a good fried tofu.
little like little dinosaur nuggies.
Oh, precious. Love that. I have a cousin who may have that work for her children. We'll workshop it. We'll workshop.
Yes.
The three of us.
It's Cruz. Lovely to see you.
And to you,
Adrian,
as well.
I don't suppose I could see you in my office real quick about some paperwork.
I was under the impression that I got all of my paperwork in for the weekend before the party. I checked my list twice, like a Santa.
Love that.
I fucking love Ada. I'm so sorry. I break every time we talk.
God. There's just a couple things I'd like to double check with you.
I'm sure it can wait until Monday. And I look at Miss Cruz. I'm like, please meet me for something. Please meet me for something. Please do a tarot reading. Please call me about my first extended warranty.
This is a perfect time to do a roll. Adrian, you can either act with desperation or try to manipulate a superior, aka Ada, to help you out of this situation. Which would you like to try to do?
I really don't want to manipulate Ada. I genuinely like her.
It's okay. I understand. Please manipulate her.
Because I'm feeling cornered. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So that's 2d6.
So wait, sorry, which one are you doing?
I am doing the manipulative superior.
Okay.
I'm trying to. It's
So
okay.
you roll with questions. Your first question: are you in over your head, which is your playbook
Yes.
question?
Yes.
So you get +1 there.
At all times.
Have you caught them in a good mood?
Evangelina or Ada? Ada, yes. I think Ada's in a good mood.
Okay. Does your well-being directly affect theirs?
I don't think Adrian would presume that. It
Okay.
may. They wouldn't think that.
Yeah. So you're rolling with +2 then. And yes,
you.
it's 2d6.
Cool.
Don't forget your conditions.
Thank you. That is true. My condition is I am currently cornered. That's what I was looking at. So I think I'm a +3.
Yeah, that gives you a +3.
Yes. So that is 13.
Nice.
I do not want to be alone with this. We best.
For the audience, for the purpose of this one shot, we want to have the meltdown. Maybe they'll melt the snow. You never know. So every character has 2 conditions already marked. And as Julia just said, we have for Adrian lovelorn and cornered. So with a very positive hit, they give into your wiles and agree to it. So you're looking at Ada here. Ada, what does this look like for you to acquiesce and like, oh, they don't seem to be comfortable in this situation?
Can I add one last thing too?
Sure.
Ms. Cruz, after that amazing palm reading, I would be honored for you to read my tarot for the coming year.
Adrian, my darling, favorite Adrian. You do me such an honor. Of course, let's go, dearest.
Of course.
As she
Have a great
says
night,
that,
Miss Regas.
as she said that, like there was a brief moment where she thinks back to her tarot card readings of her employees in the past and how there was some weird vibes that came from a couple of employees, and Evangelina was one of them. It's like there's something off, and I don't know what it is yet.
Speaking of, what was your last time on, Ada?
So the last time for me, I brought Jonathan into my office late one evening and hand him an envelope and simply just say, you know who this must go to. Make sure it gets to them in a timely and safe manner, and your Christmas bonus will be exemplary.
Oh, of course. Nothing will be better, mistress.
And you see, like on the envelope, you see on the envelope just very quickly the last name Rivas is on there, but nothing else. And then it fades.
This is so spicy.
Awesome.
You're welcome, dearest.
Okay.
So even this does happen. Like you're very successful. However, Evangelina, is there anything you want to react as you see, the object of your affection being taken by the object of your hatred?
Actually, I think, Miss Cruz is gonna be distracted with this tarot reading now, and I've just been denied my opportunity to flirt with my quote unquote true love. Can I use my thugs to go see if I can dig up some dirt on Ada right now?
Oh, totally.
Oh, not the thugs.
So who of your many thugs are you going to?
See. Let's do Octavio and Elias.
Okay. It's kind of strange, especially with Octavio, how like you almost just need to think about them, like, and they're just suddenly around the corner.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. And they come and it's like, Jefe, everything is in place so far.
Good. Let's get a little extra just to be sure. She's distracted right now with one of my employees. Go see if you can get something out of her office, something juicy.
Got it. Yes. And yeah, so they nod and they head in that direction. Let's make this so that you get a roll, and then we'll switch to see what our dear good twin is up to. Let's see here. So
I think the bar is very low to be the good twin. It's very low.
So I'm going to say this is we're going to call this like similar to flashback to preparations, because you've technically been preparing all year for this practically. So to see what kind of information you may or may not get out of the office. So this is in the other moves tab. Always your question.
Which
are you taking control of the situation?
I think that's a big yes.
Excellent. So did you have plenty of time to do it?
I think also yes.
And did you have someone out looking for trouble? Yeah, sorry. Did you have someone looking out for trouble?
I did not do that, so that's a no.
Okay, so you roll on a +2.
Yes. That is an 11.
Oh, dang, y'all are rolling well. So so I will give you the options here, and you'll also get more information. So you have the choice. You either get to fabricate a piece of evidence that they'll find. You arrange for someone to be at the right place at the right time, for maybe something else to happen down the line, or you stowed away something hidden.
Ooh, others are all really juicy. I think I'm going to go with the evidence, though, since that's what I specified when I triggered the move. I think Evangelina's made it look like Ada's been cooking the books to like have a little stipend for herself. It works as the CFO, so.
Excellent. And so, yeah, they're going to go take care of that and also search around and see if they can find anything else that might help you against Ada. Yeah, I think... I think then, what do you do after that? Do you go searching for someone? Do you bump into someone who looks a little familiar to you and you don't know why?
Oh, that could be fun. I forgot what department Catalina's in.
Marketing, like PR.
It's also not hard to miss Catalina, considering she's
lovingly glitter ball.
Yeah, glitter ball.
Oh, that's. So yeah, I think she'll like see that and be like, "I'm sorry, are you new here?"
I've been around. And she smiles like the kind of smile that looks like she's hiding a secret.
That's
how are you how are you enjoying the party, Miss Rivas?
Quite well, of course. I've been looking forward to this all year.
Oh, I'm sure you have. I have a question. Did you ever describe what Evangelina is wearing? Because I'm trying to picture this.
Oh, she's probably wearing like something way too like couture or something absurdly expensive.
Is it trying to contrast the aesthetics because this
it's like very classic like black dress, like little black dress for Christmas party.
Oh. Yeah, and Catalina just says, "Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's been a really stressful year up in the finance department."
You know, you'd think that, but it's actually been going incredibly smoothly. I think this year is going to be our best fiscal year ever. What department do you work in again?
Marketing, PR. Sorry, marketing and PR.
I see. That explains why I've probably never met you.
Yeah, it's a whole different world out there. You know, down five floors, down 5 floors, the floors where the party's at.
That's certainly quite a dress you have. Is it homemade?
Made and designed by my friend Ali, I'll have you know. There's nothing like it anywhere. Not in this building, not in the stores. I'm do say I'm pretty proud of this. And you see like her ponytail kind of swing and jingle, and all of the shimmery sequins bouncing the light off, and she just says, if a party like this is only happening once a year, you gotta have some way to get people's attention. Anyone can wear a little black dress. It takes a lot of guts to wear all of this. And then she just chuckles and she says, if you'll excuse me, I need to go powder my nose. And she will excuse herself from that encounter and actually seek out. She's actually going to go looking for someone. She's going to seek out Adrian.
Ooh.
Okay. I had something very funny for
Okay.
when Ada pulled me aside and like, please, Anne, at any point enter this conversation. As once we get kind of definitely out of Evangelina's earshot, Adrian leans over to Ada and says, Ms. Cruz, may I ask you a question, a performance question?
I mean, usually this would be saved during office hours, but sure, go ahead.
Thank you. Stop laughing. Earlier, when speaking with Miss Bieza, was I normal?
Anxious, avoidant,
Casual? Chill?
I mean,
Not totally a loser?
Now, Adrian, you're never a loser in my eyes, but if you're asking me honestly,
It's because I make you so much fucking money.
you do. You, great. We'll never get rid of you. Let me see. Let me ponder as I shuffle these cards.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You seemed more
Calm.
open.
Oh,
Open. Adrian, do you really
sure
want me to lie to you and say that you were calm? But
no.
you were a bit more open. You helped your associate with their conundrum. Good
Mhm.
points there. You were willing to hear the reading out, despite the fact that you were definitely trying not to. And you were open to the possibility of something new until, for some odd reason, around the same time the lawyer came through. That was strange. Then you just shut down completely again.
Yeah, and
Do
they're
you get
completely
it?
unconnected at all, right? Yeah, completely, totally.
Sure,
Yeah.
tell yourself that. I mean,
Mhm.
what?
Ada, you get a text from Adamir saying there's a situation that's happening. One, and then two, Evangelina and Catalina were seen together again. Just FYI.
Interesting.
Because
She responds back and simply says, execute Plan G in regards to those two, just to make sure. And what is the situation? Do you need me to meet you?
Immediately, like, thumbs up for the Plan G, and then immediately we all should gather in the main holiday party room.
Adrian, my dear, walk and talk with me as I continue to shuffle these cards. We're not sitting down here.
Sure, yeah, completely missing all of that. Adrian has just been like, right, well, because I'm trying to be normal and casual, and I normally am fairly put together, I would like to say. However, there is this odd affliction that befalls me every time Miss Belleza is in the room, namely that I revert into a pining schoolgirl and shut down completely.
Catalina, would you like to bump into them as they're walking technically towards you?
Oh, right, did you hear that?
Yeah, actually, and
Literally, we like face to face.
yeah, it's just like their first meeting, and just boom. Oh, we really got to stop doing this.
Miss Rivas.
D-
Did you need me again for the thing in your office? Because I can't make it. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
And you did.
I have a question for MC.
Yes.
If I were at this point to claim that I was Evangelina, I would have to mark a condition, correct?
No.
Because Adrian thinks that I'm Evangelina.
Yeah, no.
If I run with it,
you can run with it. No. So to mark the condition is if Adrian was already planning to meet Evangelina and you switched in. No, this is just them mistaking you for the other. So you can just go with it.
but I can't. So I can't.
I can also
you can
just
pretend
still
to be
think you're
Evangelina.
Catalina. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, this is good. I am just trying to work it out mechanically, and then she.
If you
naps
want
and
to
she says,
add a condition, by the way, at any point anybody can, if you think this narratively makes sense. But yeah.
I'm saving that for the actual thing. But I am going to say, I would still absolutely love to talk to you. Do we have some time right now? Just a casual catching up?
I believe, Miss Cruz, do you need me for something? You're muted, Miss Cruz.
Thank you so much, dear. I actually got word that a specific thing is being arranged in the main room. So we are making our way to the main room right now. If you would like to join us, Miss Rivas.
The ice sculpture is here.
I'm assuming so. Well, I'd love to see it.
Well, I would like to have some one-on-one time with you, just to
if it makes you comfortable. I can start walking about 3 steps in front of you. That type of vibe.
I mean, yes, sure, whatever pleases you. I just really need to speak to Adrian for a moment.
Okay, that I agree now, because you saying as Evangelina whatever pleases you, I hang back with you. Yeah, no, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. It's said with like a sarcastic bite to it, and just like, but yeah. I would like to. Okay, wait. What is it that I?
Is it Story Spinner?
Yeah, I would like to attempt a story spinner to see where the to direct my RP in this case. If
before we do that, because we haven't done it yet, what was your last time on, as you are now pretending to be your twin?
my last time on is um I wanna ask Erin, Evangelina, where does she live? Like in a penthouse somewhere, or
Yeah,
like?
I presume it's something
Okay.
pretentious like that.
Okay, so is the last time on like vignette is basically just Catalina in Evangelina's penthouse, leaving an envelope on the coffee table with a post-it that says, "I just found out. I thought you should know." And then it's there. Um, and then
Ooh.
yeah, so she's talking
So,
to Adrian.
so your questions are you obviously your playbook? Are you taking advantage of your twin's reputation?
Trying to. I don't know if I'm succeeding very well.
I think in the spur of the moment, yes. Then so Adrian, do you love Evangelina, the twin?
No.
Okay. Is there ample enough distraction? Yeah. So you roll at a +2.
Okay, let me check conditions real quick. Okay, so it says when I am.
So this is your special move, so you don't technically have to worry about the condition.
No. Okay, because it's not connected to any of the basic moves or whatever. All
Correct.
right, here we go. +2. Oh, I didn't roll so good. I rolled a 7.
All right. You get to hold one question. So spend hold 1 for 1 to ask any of these questions. So the one that you can ask to Adrian about is when when did you and my twin sleep together? How do you feel about my twin? What do you owe my twin? How can I make you angry at my twin?
Okay. I think actually I don't know how to weave it into RP, but there's definitely two questions that I would like to see answered.
But you only get one.
What I will say is just like, I know things have been a lot lately between us, and I still, correct me if I'm wrong, Catalina would know about the very overt, like, advances towards Adrian, right? Like, she'd get a sense that these have
cannot
happened.
imagine this is not company-wide gossip.
Yeah.
There is
Only
no
Angelina
reality.
thinks they're being subtle.
Okay. Like, I know things have been a lot lately. I'm dealing with a lot of big feelings, and I think you're amazing and wonderful, and I am extremely fascinated by you. But I feel like if you can't be honest with your feelings over the holidays, when can you be honest? After all of this is said and done, after the party's over, we'll just go back to regular life where I can just embarrass you in front of everyone like I usually
Inflict
do.
multiple HR violations per week, yes.
Don't worry about HR. Those guys don't pay attention to anything, really.
Sure.
It's fine. So like, just anything you've ever wanted to say to me, just air it out there. How do you really feel?
Well, Miss Revis. Miss Revis, I am very flattered. Yeah, I'm very flattered by your. However, I did think in the middle of this, you like take your hair down. And we keep our relationship strictly professional. I am happy to be friendly and to continue with you in my professional capacity, however willing or able to give. However, thank you very much. I am flattered, and I have to ask, are you feeling all right? You asked me my opinion about.
Speaking of, this was an intimate moment. Adrian, please swap your love.
My love is not swapped.
Yeah. You now might have a bit of feelings towards Evangelina because you're concerned about them, and then you get to clear condition. So maybe you're no longer brooding.
I'm feeling a lot less broody, yes. I think this is great.
Good. Just like how I thought it would go either. So
I forgot about that.
Yeah. That's what's great about having two loves that you have to go bounce up.
no,
So go ahead, Adrian.
It's really funny. So thank you, but no, the ice sculpture is going to be really cool. It's like the Tinderella logo.
So, as you guys are nearing to the main hall, I think Ada and Evangelina, you two might have to see the security guard yet, or why there's there. The ice sculpture is there. It's already half melted for some reason.
Fun. Adrian, I need you to give me the name of that company that's from me on Monday.
Whoa. I pull out my notepad, just start taking notes.
Thank you, dearest. Anyway, where is the mute? What? Take out the phone. Evangelina with the eagle was with us.
The eagle?
Pause on plan G. Where are you? Oh, wait, no.
Sorry.
Resume plan G. Evangelina has disappeared. The eagle has disappeared.
The eagle. Yeah, before we get to the announcement, Evangelina, what are you up to? Are you in this crowd while you're waiting for your thug's responses, or are you not?
Yeah, I think she'll probably be around examining the sculpture. Can I do a little narrative fuckery and say that she's responsible for this being semi-melted?
Oh, 100%. Curious. So flashback. How did you do this? Were you just extremely petty and had a little blowtorch for the creme brulees and was just like,
oh, that's really good. That's super petty. That's on brand as fuck. Let's go.
Yeah, I think like whoever was bringing it in, you took over and it's like, no, I'll bring it in, like, because you're CFO and everything. It's like, all right, you're the boss, and you just flip out the little creme brulee thing. Excellent. But yeah, so you don't get a response data. Everybody's there, and finally, Adamir shows up, and Adamir is this is this person who looks kind of like you would think would have been one of Catalina's thugs, to be honest. Um, Glasses, all in leather. The only hint of like holiday cheer that he's begrudgingly added because of Carmen said so is a little like little snowflake pin on his leather vest and everything. And he like clears his throat and is like, "Hello, everybody. Thank you for all coming here in the middle of this lovely party by Miss Ada Cruz. And everything, but we have an announcement. No, we are snowed in. There is no way to get in or out of the building safely currently at the moment. The garage has Your cars are currently buried in the underground garage. Somehow someone left the door open and the snow has come in. We are trying to contact the authorities to get an evacuation plan, but it has been spotty. I know none of you have been paying attention to your phones. You've all been drinking, but the Wi-Fi is not quite there right now. And also, and as they're speaking calmly to let everybody know this, all the lights, electronics cut out, and everybody's all in dark except for the battery operated twirling Christmas tree that is now reflecting off of Catalina's outfit and like spreading everybody in different colors. And there's some people like asking like, "What's going on?" and everything, and he louder will say like, calm down. This does happen during snowstorms. It should come back up in a few minutes. And almost as they say that, the lights do come on. Everything powers on. The music kind of goes from that warble into like playing fully again. And please stay calm. We do have food and everything. We will update you on the situation. And they turn to look at you, Ada. Miss Cruz, if I can have a moment with you.
Yes, sure.
And yeah, he'll lead Ada out. They'll lead Ada out. And what about the three of you? What are you doing after all this news? Evangelina, you weren't expecting the snowstorm. Everything else seems to be going right as far as you know.
Great. I think it's time to celebrate a little. It's a party after all. She'll get 2 flutes of champagne and bring one over to Adrian.
Yes. I would like to just say that Catalina had, like, after she's blinded everyone with her outfit, has disappeared to the bathroom to put her hair up and, Clark Kent her aesthetic. She's just constantly disappearing. But yeah.
I very confused as you approach me with 2 flutes of champagne. I say, Miss Rivas, this is unexpected.
I thought I thought you could use something to calm your nerves after the little scare there.
Oh, this is very natural to happen during a snowstorm, and fortunately, it seems like our backup generators are doing well. And with the cold, the ice sculptures should stay solid. I'm very good with my mulled wine right here. Didn't you I look in the opposite direction where Catalina went?
Didn't I just what?
I swear I just saw you go that way. It doesn't matter. Thank you. But no, I'm very good with my mulled wine. How are you enjoying the party, Ms. Rivas?
Well, the sculpture's a disappointment. I suppose that's what happens when Miss Cruz skimps on the budget.
Oh, I set the budget. I thought
Oh.
Sorry, I don't do that character.
Yeah.
Across the room, Ada just starts cheering.
Second Evangelina!
Oh, my apologies. I'm sure you did a wonderful job. Maybe there was something in transit that happened.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's disappointing, but their photos on their website were very nice. Yes.
Let me ask you something, Adrian.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How loyal to you are, Miss Cruz? If she were to say leave the company, would you follow her?
I can't say that I've given it any thought. I've been under the impression that everything happening at the company has been going quite smoothly lately. Our financial projections have been fairly consistent. Engagement is up. Our marketing deal has been quite positively received, per my understanding. I haven't noticed anything suspicious or alarming in the financials, which I understand is, of course, where stockholders and other partners look to ensure that the executives that are in charge of a company are remaining, loyal to the mission of the company, et cetera, et cetera. So an interesting hypothetical to bring up at a holiday party out of nowhere, but I suppose I would have to give that a bit more consideration in order to give you a more thorough answer.
She puts her hand on your arm and is like, gives a little squeeze, like, that's something good to consider, New Year's coming after all, right?
Yes, in about, I look at my watch, 13 days. I start on my New Year's resolutions.
Oh dear.
Do you want to spot something out of place, Adrian?
I would love to. I think I have, but mechanically, sure.
Yeah. So, are you in over your head?
Yes.
Excellent. Have you been intimate with this person recently? And for the case of like everything, intimate isn't just,
isn't just like sexual, romantic. It's I think
yes. Technically, you thought you were intimate earlier with with the feelings. Are you free of other?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead. Are you free of other distractions?
I think there's a good number of distractions around here.
Okay.
I definitely I'm also a little bit distracted because as Evangelina is hitting on me, I'm also looking around to be like, Veronica's not seeing this, is she? I don't want her to think I'm into Evangelina, but I also don't want her to know that I'm into her. How can I be normal about this? Don't be weird. It's like literally constantly that.
Veronica, by the way, you don't see this, but Veronica is looking for you because they're wondering how you're doing, because you seemed a little weird earlier.
Sweetest. So sweet.
So yeah, so you get to roll with 2.
Okay. 2. Ooh. That is math. 8.
Nice. So on a hit, you get to ask 2 questions, but they also, since you roll an 8, they get to ask you 1 question too. And this can be technically kind of like other PBTA games. It doesn't have to be in character. It can be technically out of character. So the questions that you are, either of you are able to ask is, how does your character feel about blank? What are you planning? How can I get your character to blank? What do you have value or use? And what's your character hoping to get from blank?
Ooh, yeah. I have my questions.
Okay.
I think first off, biggest question, what do you want from Adrian? What exactly has this all been leading up to for you?
I think this is a business, but it's like 75% romantic want and 25% business. Like, I'd like to keep you around. You actually do decent work.
I try to be decent, thank you. I do appreciate that.
Excellent.
Okay, second question is, what are you planning?
Without giving it all away, clearly there's something that's going to unfold tonight that she's been working on, and that's what she's scheming towards.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to ask one, Evangelina.
Oh, how could I get your character to betray Ada?
That's a really good question, I'm thinking, because it's absolutely not a blind loyalty. I think presenting Adrian with some kind of concrete proof of wrongdoing or or somehow abusing her position of power at the company to mess someone up, screw someone over. Yeah.
All right.
Excellent. So yeah, you're having this conversation. You guys are giving each other the looks. What that looks could mean, who knows? But you're assessing each other. Meanwhile, we go over to Ada and Adamir. I think Adamir brings you into like one of the secretary rooms and everything, and I hate to be bearer of more bad news, Miss Cruz, but your ex is here.
This entire time, Ada has been holding like a tea mug. It wasn't like her favorite, but like for happenstance reasons, it was like a teacup that she got during like an anniversary gift or something. And then it just like shatters in her hand. What?
He takes out a very much like a biker gang kind of like, like do-rag sort of thing and offers it to you for your hand just in case, like blood.
Thank you. Why is he here?
There's reason to believe, and I've heard this from my other business, Miss Cruz, that your ex is trying to do a corporate takeover.
How dare he? Just because I got the pets and the dogs, the pets and the house and the cars and the divorce and took his name off the registry for this. This is how he betrays me? How dare he? And I took the name. Maybe that's the reason why he's upset.
Also, Princeler hasn't been doing as well as Tinderella.
Serves him right. But this is bad.
I do believe there is someone, unfortunately, working with him within the office. I've narrowed it down to 5 suspects.
Give me the names.
Catalina, Evangelina, Adrian, Carmen, and Joseph. And Joseph is the only one that you don't know, and that one's like someone in that does like cleaning and such. Okay. Like that's like vaguely, but you don't know anything about them because you can't know all your employees well, obviously.
Yeah, true. Catalina is relatively new, so it could potentially make sense. Evangelina has always had it in for me. Carmen, she's been with me for such a long time, and Adrian, I would be devastated if they were to do this.
I believe only Carmen would do it if the cards or their hands and you can tell he doesn't.
Don't worry about it. I understand.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I haven't done anything illegal. Morally gray, but not illegal. All right. Okay.
I do, with my due diligence,
yes.
Technically, I am not off the list either, but I want to assure you that my loyalty is to you, specifically.
I thank you. You have been with me since Founder 2 left. That was a very fun ousting, a very fun one. And
I appreciate that you have allowed me in despite my past and, semi-current side business.
Who am I to care about that stuff? We are in corporate insert country here. We all do odd and terrible things on occasion. Again, morally gray. I would never judge you for that. I mean, just also look at Adrian. People don't like their rats, but those rats are lovely. Don't judge for that. I think what we have to do now, make sure that my papers are secured and see, I don't want to execute the Adrian tactic, but I may have to. Hold off on the Adrian tactic right now. I think they're still good, but just in case, be wary of that.
Of course. There has been something between Adrian and Evangelina, but I feel it's more of poaching. But maybe if you talk to Adrian a little bit more. And
yes, there's been issues with Adrian may want to go to HR about that, but then they pull out at the last minute, so I'll make sure to double check with them on that. I'm trying to say, do I have anything I could use right now?
There's
Not
always,
right now at this moment.
Yeah. Just as you do have technically flashbacks to preparations or reveal a shocking truth where you can make up something that becomes canon. You could technically process your feelings out loud, which will give people information that might. One of the choices is like, what's going on outside of the scene, sort of thing. Like, how does this feel? Like that. Obviously you trust Adamir, but how does it feel to have Adrian on this list? I think
we'll do a process your feelings out loud. That feels right.
Are you keeping your hands clean right now?
Technically, yes. She's not doing it. She has other people doing it.
Yeah. So you get that. And now I ask, the members of the audience, which is technically the rest of the cast members here. This is a fun question. One, are they rooting for you? So, Catalina, are you rooting for Ada?
I have an important distinction that I need to make. Is Anne voting or is Catalina? Because those are two separate things.
Very true.
Asking the player?
Technically, I've done it in games where it was out of character and other times it was in character. So it's up to you. You get to choose.
Well, I mean, Anne is totally rooting for Ada, so.
Okay, then yeah. So that's +2. And you can only do max +3. So we only need one other person to root for Ada. Evangelina, are you rooting for Ada?
Aaron is loving that but there's no way Evangelina would ever root for Ada.
And then Adrian.
Both Julia and Adrian are very for Ada here.
Okay, so you get to roll a +3.
Okay. $13.
Nice. Everybody's rolling pretty good. All right. So on a hit, you get to choose one below and you take +1 ongoing. Additionally, you get to set the scene where you follow that information immediately. I will tell you, hold the set the scene part, as we'll be going to break in a few minutes. So you get to ruminate on where you want that scene to happen. So your options are: the audience reveals a crucial event going outside of you. The audience tells you how you might find love with a partner of their choosing, or the audience tells you how to get blank to blank.
I think she wants to dig on the Evangelina thing, because it's been mainly obvious that she's the one that's been butting heads with Ada so far. So she wants to maybe just like get that cleared up out of the way. So like just in case, maybe she's not doing it this time. Who knows?
So how to get Evangelina? I don't know why. I'm sorry, Evangelina, to back off.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just quickly write that note. We'll get that actually after the break. And Evangelina, you can tell us when we come back. Is there a way to back off, or are you just in too deep, or and such? So have a good think about that, and then just note that you get to roll with +1 if you go with anything regarding this, Ada. So as you're processing this, and you're like, no, gotta confront Evangelina, biggest threat on that list. We go to wherever Catalina is. I just want to know real quick, where are you at this moment? Are you still in the bathroom?
I just she's in the process of putting her hair back up and like putting the scrunchie back up and freshening up her makeup while whatever is happening.
So if you allow it, and it's okay if you don't, as you're walking out and you're like going back to find out where everybody is and what's going on, you get pulled into a supply closet. And you hear a very familiar voice of Juan going, oh, Evangelina, I just couldn't wait.
Yes.
And that's where we're going to cut to commercial.
Yes.
I was kidding when I said in the chat, I was like, kiss.
So yeah, we're going to be taking a quick 10-minute break. And then we'll be back for the last half of this. Woo!
Yay.
Oh, welcome back, everybody. Last time, like 10 minutes ago, we're going to do a little bit of a switcheroo. We were seeing Catalina, instead of walking out of the bathroom, they were going towards the bathroom because, oh no, gotta be Catalina again. Can't be Evangelina since Evangelina's just right over there. And then gets pulled into the nearby supply closet where hears a familiar voice of Juan being, Catalina, I could not. No, sorry, not Catalina. Evangelina, I could not wait. And pulls them in for a kiss. There is a chance for you to pull away, though, Catalina, if you want. Or are you too surprised?
Okay, so just a little bit of context. Does Catalina know who Juan is in any sort of context?
From marketing and such, Ada has always been like, hey, this rival app is my husband's. Ignore, don't engage. We're better than that and him. And the cards told me not to engage, kind of thing. So yeah, you would have heard, like, as part of marketing, you always have to like look at other people, the competition, to make sure. And so you've heard his voice before. It might take you a little bit moment longer, but based on all the context of things that you've learned about Evangelina, that this is probably Juan.
Okay. I would like to do another story spinner roll to gain some more information here, so that I can attempt to figure out
Gain
how
some
to play this
information.
out.
Yeah. So obviously you are taking advantage of your twin's reputation. So that's one there.
Just
I would
pushes
say
up Jay the little.
I would say they are in love with your twin. Is there ample distraction? You're being kissed, and it's dark. So yes, I'll give you +3 on this.
That is a 10.
Nice. So, you can ask 3 questions. As a reminder, the questions that are allowed to you are: when did you and my twin sleep together? How do you feel about my twin? What do you owe my twin? How could I make you angry at my twin?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask these out of character. Number 1, how do you feel about my twin?
Oh, they're 100 times better than Ada.
Okay, so that's the general vibes. There's not a.
It's very much like, it's very much they compare everything to their ex, and they just think Evangelina is better than everything.
Oh, just better than Ava in general. Okay.
Yeah.
Ada, sorry. Damn it! I'm gonna do it now. Ooh, here's a good one. How could I make you angry at my twin?
Oh, very easy. Pretend that this was a ruse all along and that they're still on Ada's side. Like this was like a triple, they were a triple agent kind of thing.
Sure. And I have to ask this one because I really want to. When did you and my twin sleep together?
Probably last time. I'll leave it to Evangelina. When was the last time they slept together?
Probably recently in the office.
Probably that morning.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that actually would be really good if, like, the moment Adrian saw was like the after just the post coitus. So that's when they saw. I like that.
I just wanted coffee.
Yeah. So then, knowing that information, she will allow the kiss to happen, and she'll even, you know, put a little extra something in it. Like, this will be the best kiss ever, kind of like even better than she imagines Evangelina would do it. Like, because everything's a competition. And then she says, what do I owe this pleasure? It's a bold move to make in the middle of such a public event.
Well, everything's just coming together, mi amor. It's I get so excited the fact that we're going to bring Ada down tonight. And it's been more than 12 hours since, last time.
Well, I understand.
So you look really good in this outfit.
Yeah, trying something new, what's the point of being at a holiday party if you can't be a little festive, I have
And the hair
a handful
color
of outfit changes.
Is that a wig?
A handful of outfit changes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, of course. No one's gonna remember anything about this party. Everyone's too busy drinking. I'll just go back to my usual look on Monday.
No, great. Yes. When we've taken over and everything, this is going to be great. I have the men set in place. My last message I got from you were going to get some more evidence. Was it? Ada's pretty much a straight shooter, so I presume you made it up.
Still in the process of happening right now. I mean, sure, there might be something that was missed, so I sent someone to double check, triple check, just in case. But yeah, everything is still.
You're so
in
confident.
progress.
You're so much better than Ada without all this. You don't rely on silly cards to take care of everything. And he starts kind of like the if you allow it, of course. I can't remember. Gomez, kind of like this, kissing along your shoulder and everything, little kisses.
Yeah. I'll allow it. Yeah, absolutely. And then she playfully says, yeah, I know. I don't know how you stayed married to her for so long. But I think it's a smart move for you to try to take over this company, doing much better than yours. No shade about that.
Well, we kept getting bad intel earlier, but no, it's going to be great. Tinderella and Peninsula will get together. It'll be magical, and we'll avenge your family's mysterious death. And before you could say any more, there's a pounding.
Tilts her head to the side in response to that, and then she just nods, and then there's no other response.
Yeah, there's a pounding on the door that says, "Boss, you got to get out." I have to go. And they give you a quick peck on the lips. Everything's planned for midnight, which is, oh shit, it's almost there. Be ready. Let me know if there's any changes, okay?
She pulls her phone out of her, chest pocket and just says...
Her toddies, yes.
Her chest pocket. She just waves the phone at Juan before he leaves. Yeah. How much time does Catalina have for midnight MC?
We'll say about an hour and a half-ish.
Okay. Great. She waits for a minute before going to the bathroom. I have to do this because I don't know. Okay. How did that land that way? She's going to go to the bathroom to put her hair up and present herself as herself before she goes looking for Adrian again, but this time as herself. Like, legitimately as herself.
Awesome.
See if they assume she's Evangelina again.
Yeah, so I think Adamir leaves you, Ada, to go and double check on everything else that's going on, and we'll give you updates. I think Adrian will say, like, in this spot of time. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot the role that Ada did. So, and it is totally, like, as mentioned earlier, if there's no way to have Evangelina back off, like, how, like, is there anything that would almost, like, give Ada, like, you know, like a false sense of, like, oh yeah, this will work, but then we ultimately know it's not going to work?
Ada, I wouldn't say Ada's a paranoid person, but she is essentially like maybe a couple notches before paranoia hits. But because of that, she has all these contingency plans. So that's why, like, there's the Plan G, there's the Adrian Initiative. There's so many random things. So I think if she feels like something is not going as planned, there's just like a random bullshitted plan that she has in the back of her head that will end up maybe working out.
But yeah, Evangelina, your thoughts?
Let me think. I think that Evangelina's a good enough liar that she could be like, I would never do something like that. Like, she could make it seem like she's, however I can help find out who this traitor is, you know, vibe.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so with that in mind, Ada, yeah, if you go and talk to Evangelina, like, they'll be able, depending on the roles, of course, might be able to, like, convince you. But at the end of the day, you will get this feeling of, like, no, they're, like, it'll cement that Evangelina is never going to back off. And whether or not you want to keep them in the company for that, or maybe future oust them, that's up to you, whether you want to keep your enemies close or not. But you'll at the end of the day, you'll realize, yeah, she's a good worker, good CFO. I owe it to her family, but she's always going to be against me, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so yeah, you'll be able to roll with a +1 anytime, like, you work with like towards Evangelina and, like, trying to figure out what the heck is she doing. Yeah.
I think with that in mind, she wants to see about talking with Miss Chavez real quick. I think it's time to figure out why the fuck the cards have been so sus about particular people.
Yeah, so Carmen has moved around. Like, they've been moving to different departments and everything to, like, give out, like, fun things. I think they are actually doing now some tea leaf readings.
Oh, I love a good tea leaf reading. Mm.
So yeah, so, like, to help calm everybody, they're like, have some tea, it's okay, everybody will be fine, you know. Oh, what did you get in your, oh, a black dog, I see.
I love a classic tea reading, my dear. Is it possible, Carmen, my dear friend, if we could step to the side and you could give me a reading?
Oh, of course, Mahita, always. If you'll excuse me, just, and she says a little bit more. They say a couple more, like, cryptic things to you, but it makes sense to who they're telling it to. It's like, oh, okay, and it's like, and would you like a cup of tea?
Of course. And it may be, do you have brandy with you?
Pulls out a little flask.
Oh,
tips it in.
Perfect. You know, I do not wish to come to you about these grievances unless it's truly important. But when I was doing my annual reading of the employees, there was something troubling that I saw, and it was in relation to looks around Evangelina and one of the newer hires, Catalina. And I've heard some troubling things and the best for the company. I just want to see if there's any reason to think further on those rumors.
So, are you, just to confirm, using the special move
Yes.
with Carmencita? Okay. So for the audience, Carmen Chavez is one of the NPCs you can get in the NPC deck with Pasiones, and they have a special move, which is when you ask Carmencita about the relationship between two people, tell her honestly why you want to know. If you do, she'll smile and tell you what she knows, which is true and well informed, unless a major change just happened and involves a PC. She will gladly tell the next person to control her what you asked. So that usually means if someone else of this group decides to talk to Carmencita next, kind of thing, if they spot. And she's like, oh, well, and she takes a sip. They take a sip of their tea, which is more brandy than tea by this point.
Oh, perfect.
I think, well, no, I don't think. I know. And it's just, I care about you dearly, Miss Ada. You've been a fantastic jefa this entire time. You're my doña, after all. See, Evangelina and Catalina, they are two alike in many respects, and yet quite different. Have you ever seen them both in the same room?
I'm pondering, and maybe once, but more recently, no, not so much.
No, it seems as if they are two peas of the same pod. And yet, maybe one is a gyoza bean, and the other one's a pea.
This family is going to drive me to an early grave, I swear.
It may help one of them to know what really happened to that founder. I don't think the other one cares.
You're right. You're always right. Whenever you do leave for other things, I will be truly and deeply heartbroken. Please, Commentator, please, never leave me.
Oh, I don't think I could. And it'll take your hand and like as if you're royalty kiss like the top of it.
Your bonus is also going to be great. I promise you that. Please enjoy terrifying the young people with tea leaves.
I will. Speaking of the books, you should probably go back to your office. Make sure Adrian did their due diligence.
Precious. Thank you. I shall. And she'll power walk, but like a lady in the like a park type of power walking, like normal but rushed.
Yeah. As you do that, Evangelina, where are you now?
So I think, given what she just learned about Adrian's willingness to betray Ada, she's gonna go get said books from her office that she cooked, framing Miss Cruz.
Yeah, you did get like in the hustle and bustle, and of course the fact that the Wi-Fi is down and everybody's trying to text everybody. You got delay. You realize it's delayed text responses from your thugs. Elias was very much like everything is set. Unfortunately, we didn't find anything truly incriminating about Ada. But they did figure out the data for the latest version of the Tinderella app seems to be skewed because of Adrian.
Huh. Okay.
It's like too big of an outlier. Like they're like, they're not smart people, but they're like, why is it like all the other play tests have the same levels of like in the diagrams, and Adrian is always going either way too up or way too low? Like, but then like Octavia was like, but we don't know numbers. Like they're just like saying it. Like they have no idea what this means, you know?
Yeah. We can use that. That's good.
So it seems like both of you are heading to the same place. Meanwhile, Adrian, Veronica has found you. And it's like, oh my goodness, can you believe we're going to be here all night probably? I mean, if the garage is, that's a lot of snow.
It is that rain shadow effect near the mountains. It's wild. I can't believe we're going to be here all night.
Are your rats going to be okay?
You remember my boys.
Yeah, I don't remember their names. I can. Yeah. It's funny. I can remember so many different case files and precedents and everything, and she looks very apologetic. Like,
no,
Archimedes.
Yes. I'm so sorry. They actually were so taken aback by that. That completely threw everything Julia was planning off. Yes. I have Archimedes, Pythagoras, Fibonacci, Turing, Germain, and Mirzakani.
They're such lovely names.
Thank you. They're all mathematicians from across history. But no, you have more important things to remember: the laws and cases and all the intellectual property work that you do. It's truly very demanding.
Yes, luckily Miss Cruz makes it very easy, and there's not a lot of things we have to deal with. Though there's been more and more things going on with the Princeler app. It seems like there might be some stolen software in their app from us, but we're trying to get that fixed and figured out so that we can can't present it to Ada, because anything to do with their ex, they're gonna
she's going to lose her freaking mind. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't want to do that with just speculation, because if it's speculation, she'll ask the cards, and I'd rather just have the concrete. You understand?
Very much, yes. It's always an adventure working for Miss Cruz. However, sometimes I do rather wish she would stick to more concrete planning methods. But we're at a party. I don't want to bog you down with work. We can talk about that then. What do you like knitting?
I like watching knitting videos. Have you seen the one with like the punch knitting? It's so strange. Like you just punch it and it creates an embroidery.
It's very interesting. I've taken up knitting for the holiday season, and it's great because you end up with something nice and warm to wear, and you can wear it to an ugly sweater party, and it's great.
Oh, is that why you're wearing that?
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be ugly, but it came out like this. So.
Oh, well, you look pretty fetching in it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. And twirls her hair. And I think and this will be going not necessarily concurrently, but like slightly staggered. At that moment, again, the lights all go off and the electricity goes off. But this time, the heating goes off. You can hear this, like, it's one of those things where you never, like, it's such white noise by this point that you don't realize the heating is on until it gets turned off. And then people are a little bit more panicked. And she kind of like stumbles next to you closer, like,
I catch her on like very respectfully, like mid back.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just thought everything was going to be fun, just.
I do. Yes. completely forgot my train of thought. Go ahead.
That happens to me sometimes too. When I'm around you, I confess.
Cool.
And I think from that awkward bit where like you
I
can't
think-
see her, but she's like blushing and smiling at you because it's too dark.
Yeah. I
We'll
think.
go.
Oh,
go ahead.
sorry.
No.
There's like two quick things. One is like in the darkness, you see like the awkwardness sort of melt away from Adrian, and in under the comforting blindness of the darkness, you can see how they look at Veronica. Like she single-handedly hung every single star in the sky and found the last number of pi. It's so besotted and adoring, and they put down their drink and they take off their jacket and says, here, my ugly sweater will keep me warm, as will this conversation. I would rather you stay warm.
Oh, thank you. And she takes it. And while this sweet and awkward scene is happening romantically, Catalina, what are you up to before we get to the two bosses?
Okay, so Julia, provide some context for me. Where is this moment happening with Veronica?
I'm going to say probably in the main party room, because I left that conversation with Evangelina immediately being like, that was weird, and I'm going to look for Ada and let her know I just had this weird conversation. But I bumped into Veronica and my brain turned off. So that's what happened.
Okay. Yeah, again, with her hair up and totally not pretending to she walks back into the party, still wearing the same outfit, don't know how she gets away with this, but it's a telenovela, so she does. And she's frantically looking around for Adrian. And then she freezes for a moment when she sees them having their moment. Then she takes a deep breath and she walks up behind Veronica and tries to make eye contact with Adrian and like wave him over like frantically, like she's freaking out about something.
There's that moment of like Adrian settling the jacket around Veronica's shoulders and then being like, oh, Veronica, Miss Piazza, I'm so sorry. Would you excuse me for a moment?
Oh, of course. I'll just stay here with your jacket.
You see a blur of sequins right in a certain direction where it's like quiet and away from like, it is very campy and comedic, but she is freaking out. She doesn't know what to do.
Okay, I follow after you, and under the din of the crowd, you hear Adrian under their breath being like, as I blow out all your eardrums. I think that was a little bit loud. I'm so sorry, but it's like that internal, like I cannot scream out loud. But I walk over to you and say, what's your character's last name again? I forgot. I know it's not Rivas.
No, my character's last name, De La Vega.
De La Vega, yes. Miss De La Vega, is everything okay? Was I normal back there? Was I smooth?
No, honestly, you looked really great, and I really did not want to interrupt your moment. Just
that's okay. I was at the limit of my riz. What's up?
Yes, that the kids say these days. Okay.
Okay.
Where do I start?
Okay.
is something happening in like, and she checks her watch, an hour and a half? At midnight. Something's happening at midnight. Where
The date
is
changes. That's not it.
where is Miss Cruz right now? Do you know?
I've been looking for her, actually. You look like you are having a panic attack. What? Take a breath. What is happening? Our marketing has been going fine, so I can't imagine it's that.
Nope, not work related.
Mhm.
And she looks a little bit like almost traumatized. And she says, so I think I think Miss Cruz's ex is planning to do something at midnight, and we need to stop whatever it is from happening, or at least give her a warning.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold. Can I, MC, as I'm looking at Catalina, do I see any indicator that a strange man she didn't know dragged her into a closet and made out with her?
Oops, I accidentally muted
messed
myself.
up hair.
Yeah,
Right, like messed up hair, her lipstick smeared.
Her ponytail is not
Maybe
as
off-center.
pristine as it was.
Yeah, you
At the
can
beginning of the
definitely
party.
also actually let me double check. No, I think just like I won't make you roll for it. Yeah, you notice that. You notice. I think Juan is the type of person to wear lip gloss and such, and so you see like little glossy marks on her shoulder and everything, and just maybe a bit of a glow to Catalina because I just made out randomly, with somebody. And
and I'm like, but you don't seem thrilled about this. So I think, they're just like, are you okay? Because I'm seeing some things that concern.
I'm fine. It's not me you need to worry about. We need to warn Miss Cruz, and I will explain the rest of it when we're not in the middle of a party. If you really want to hear, if you're really concerned, I will explain everything to you later. But for right now, to warn Miss Cruz that something's going down at midnight. I don't know what it is, but her ex is here somewhere, and I don't know where he went, but I like my job. I like it here.
Okay.
I don't want anything bad to happen. Something corporate takeover.
Shit. Oh, that throws me back to that conversation with Evangelina. All right, Miss De La Vega, I believe you. I trust you. Let's go find Miss Cruz. Shall we?
And then she quietly says under her breath, before they start walking, like just quietly, just like, you really were looking great. I hope that it works out for you. She looks a little sad about it, but she genuinely wants the best for Adrian. Just having a moment. And then she kind of manages to calm herself down and she says, we got to go stop a corporate takeover. Let's go.
So 2 quick things. I think you're brooding now. And I think you're processing your feelings out loud. So mark off brooding, which already gives you a +1. Are you in this moment taking advantage of your twin's reputation?
Take advantage as in attempting to destroy it?
Okay, I'll give you that. Since you're technically processing your feelings out loud, even though you're mumbling it, you're still technically doing it, even if Adrian can't attack it.
I was processing them out loud to Adrian, technically.
So,
but yes.
So we only need one member of the audience to. Are they rooting for you? So Evangelina or Ada?
I'm rooting for Catalina because screw Evangelina.
Yes.
Excellent. So you get a +3.
That's fair. That's fair. It's valid. It's valid.
Okay.
I love all of my corporate children except Evangelina.
Evangelina, you'll be our Erica. That's all.
11.
Everybody loves to hate Erica.
Better than
What
being a
did you-
Karen, I guess.
Sorry, 11.
Nice. All right. So you get to choose one of these and take +1 ongoing, and then you get to set the scene where you follow that information immediately if you'd like it. So the audience reveals a crucial event going on outside of you. The audience tells you how you might find love with a partner of their choosing, or the audience tells you how to get blank to blank.
Okay, so okay. I'm going to oh no, this is gonna be terrible, but which one should I pick? Okay, the audience, as in the rest of people, correct, MC?
Yes, though I am going to also put in something too.
Yeah. I mean, the rest of the table, including you, of course. Okay. I'm going to do this because I am terrible to myself. I will. The audience tells you how you might find love with a partner of their choosing.
Ooh,
Have at
okay.
it, people. Destroy me.
Let's see here. I mean, technically in the running is Ada. Technically in the running is Adrian. Also, technically in the running, Jonathan Soto, our earnest delivery boy who we saw in the flashback, Adamir Conte, our security guard, technically Carmen, but might be a little too old for you.
What about Miguel from the opening scene, who might be about to break up with?
Ooh, Miguel,
The
yeah.
starter.
There's also Miguel, who's not ready for marriage yet. Who do people feel like they want to ship Catalina with?
Yeah. Adrian's just like, not me.
No, I'd say Miguel. I think Miguel is a really great guy. He's solid. He's sturdy. He does his
And-
own taxes in March. So that's...
And not only that, it's a telenovela. We love messy rebound scenarios.
Yeah.
And he's not me.
So I think what happens is we cut away from this. So you're brooding. You want Adrian to be happy. Like you genuinely care about Adrian. You're realizing maybe you're not the bad twin after all. Again, not a high bar, but we cut to where Miguel is. Miguel has been talking to everybody about like they're really grateful that their partner is not a work kind of situation, but some of them have been saying like, it would be easier. I mean, we are a matchmaking company. If you dated someone in the company, and a couple of them do nudge Adrian, like to nudge like Miguel about Adrian's like, Adrian's there's something. I can't deal with the rats. I'm sorry, Miguel mutters. But it's like, oh. And like when this is happening, like as you guys are heading towards the office and everything to find Ada, your outfit is very sparkly. It catches everywhere. Even if you're across the room, they kind of look over and they're like, well, Catalina, I mean, marketing, she's kind of nice. She's very... You're right. Yeah. Since I couldn't leave tonight to go to break up, I'll I won't pursue Catalina until I properly do a breakup. It could be. And as they're like looking in the direction that you guys have left, they know that like in your reflection, I'll add this because I can't wait for it. I have to add this extra complication to the table. they see someone kind of like a weird dark shadow kind of following Catalina and Adrian, but they don't know it's Adrian that's with Catalina. And they turn a corner away, like you guys are going this way, and this person, and all in black, which oddly, but it's definitely not Adamir. And they turn, and because of the last of the glistening lights of Catalina's outfit hits, like they're wearing like the oh, what do you call it? Like, you know how like for like SWAT and stuff, it kind of shines like the white reflective. They're wearing a bit of reflective, and they see a logo of a chess knight. And they're like, huh, why is Checkmater here? And we zoom back to and we'll hint about Checkmater later.
So I have a +1 ongoing to pursuing Miguel. Is that the result of my?
Yeah, with anything regards with Miguel, you have a +1 ongoing. And technically, in theory, you can immediately, if you wanted to, be like, Adrian, you go do that. I'm gonna go talk to Miguel right now, and you could, because that's technically the benefit of the mechanic. But you could also save that for later. And yeah, so Ada, Evangelina, who do you think, fight amongst yourselves, who gets to Ada's office first?
Party PvP.
I don't know, because, like, where was Evangelina at last time? I know, like...
I think last she was in the main area trying to pseudo seduce Adrian as per usual.
Yeah, and I think because she took Carmen to the side, she may be slightly closer, but I think still relatively near their main party area. So, shrug?
I was really hoping that was going to lead to an answer, not a shrug.
Shrug? I don't want to say it was Ada. I want to, like, maybe leave the chance. Someone roll something.
Yeah.
High or low.
I'll be 1 through 3, and you can be 4 through 6. Someone else roll. That's not us.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll. I have the Pasiones dice right here. So
oh, cool. Let's go.
Hey, would it
it's
be
a 5.
Yay! Would it be a dick move for me to do the thing right here?
No, you can.
Chaos.
That would trigger a meltdown too, hilariously.
Yes. So we'll hold on to that bit. So it's kind of like a weird. So Ada, you get to your office first. Evangelina, like you're like heading over there, and you see Adamir. You see Adamir, and you're like, oh shit, I don't want to. Like, he looks like he is on a war path. So you kind of like duck into like a hallway for a moment as Catalina and Adrian come forward, and you Catalina, because you're always knowing where Evangelina is, like, what, you're like, Adrian, I'll meet you up there. And so Adrian goes forward, and you just do like a whole switcheroo, and Evangelina, you're just like, wait, what? Like, just a little dazed because a lot of things going on. It's starting to get really cold. The lights have just gone off and everything. It's like, kind of thing. So
I shove her into a supply closet and lock the door. And then I do mid-run, I do the hair flip, and I do the Superman transformation. Except
excellent.
I just undo my hair, and it's just like
so exactly. So, but yes, Ada, you get there first. Your office looks like the way you left it, except conveniently on top of your desk is this very thick file that looks exactly like the one Adrian always gives you about, like, the finances for the end of the year. And like, yeah, you remember like that Adrian was going to propose, like, get this all done before the holidays so y'all don't have to worry about it and everything. But you could have sworn you already put that away, And surprisingly enough, it does look like Adrian's handwriting and everything. It's like, it's a perfect copy. except the numbers look wrong, and there's like there's a account deposit number that everybody knows is obviously a Cayman Islands account number bank thing. But at the same time, I was like, why is it on top of here? You know?
Should already be filed. And she just like goes over to her desk and sits down, and she does the dramatic turn away from the door to like look out the window, but like still just like leaning back and looking at the files like this is interesting.
You get a notification of a missed call and a voicemail. And it looks like the call happened like 20 minutes ago. And again, with everything going on, everything's going to be delayed.
She'll check it.
And 1 second, now I need to get the name.
As if Adrian would be so sloppy as to just put a Cayman Islands account in the official paperwork.
And it's not color coded.
Exactly. You don't recognize the number that the missed call. You do. Well, you recognize it's a British country code. And and you hear, and I cannot do a British accent, but you hear a very British. No. It's an American attempting to do a British accent, and even I am not going to attempt to do a fake British, like jolly ho kind of thing. But yeah, it's definitely someone who's trying to blend into being British, and it's like, Ada, my dear, I am so sorry I missed your call, missed you earlier. I feel this is urgent and everything, and I know you said, and Adamir said not to contact you unless something's wrong. There's nothing wrong on my end. However, I believe Checkmater is going to take control of the company in the usual kind of action movie kind of way. They're related to the bad business that you got me out of, and I guess they think this was a way they were going to get me to show up. But I trust your line is secure. Adamir does good work, and just heads up, they might be there. Be careful. Let Adamir know. I don't want anything happening to you or to my niece. In case you don't know, it's very like kind of like older person kind of like signing their checks kind of thing. It's like it's Lucetto.
Oh, Lucetto, you boomer.
And Checkmater, and I'm going to put this in the Twitch chat because I feel like I'm clever. Checkmater is a newer company that's come up, not been on your radar, but Adrian does their due diligence. Catalina as marketing does their due diligence. They are an up and coming matchmaking app. Their sub logo is Your Knight in Shining Amour. And
just as bad as the Prince one.
That's the tower, Miss Cruz.
Yeah.
And their logo is obviously a chess knight.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you get this message, and I think this, as you're like boomer, that's when Catalina as Evangelina shows up.
I have a question about the mechanics of this.
Sure.
So I have swap places. I got my fourth condition. So the meltdown happens in this scene, correct?
Yes, technically it's supposed to have it immediately, but for context, I would like for you to hold on to your meltdown until everybody shows up.
Okay.
And then I'll have you read out what the meltdown is, and then however you want, kind of like in Masks where we read out like the moment of truth, and then you act upon that however you would like.
So then is Adrian nearby, by the way? Because by the time I get there, Adrian would have gone ahead, correct?
For the switch to happen, you technically get there before Adrian does. So you get like a minute or so before Adrian shows up.
I took a wrong turn in the dark. It's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
And then we're gonna have Evangelina proper show up at the maybe at the end of your meltdown to be like dun dun dun.
okay, because I wasn't. Okay, now I have to think. I think Catalina as Evangelina just says, Catalina would have no idea there was anything in the office or any sort of like idea that there was supposed to be something in the office, right? Would she have known? I don't think
the way
don't
Juan hinted at it, it was too generic for you. You know there was something was, but you don't know it's actually specifically in the office. You were just looking for Ada, and Ada happens to be in her office.
Yeah, so she she just has her hair down. She's kind of doesn't care about the ruse anymore. She's getting to that point where she just bursts into the room and she says, company takeover, something's gonna happen at midnight. I think you need to know. She just bursts into the room in Ada's office.
With an outfit change, apparently.
Can I do spot something out of place? Now that mainly because Carmen did tell her like, oh, these two are closer than it appears. So I would like to do that to like see if I can finally piece it together. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
When you try to spot something on the license.
So your playbook question: are you keeping your hands clean?
Technically, still yes.
Other
yes,
people
still doing it.
Yes.
Have you been intimate with Evangelina recently?
No.
Are you free of other distractions?
Yeah, because Evangelina just crashed into my room, so it's like, the fuck? Okay, what's going on?
Yeah, and I will say that because you did roll well for the process feelings earlier, and technically this is, as far as you know, Evangelina in dealing with everything, I'll give you that +1 ongoing that you have from that. So you get to roll with 3.
Okay, cool. That is 11.
Nice. Yeah. So you get to ask 2 questions. When you and again, it could technically be in character, but it can also be out of character. And then I'll give you some more information of like how you realize this isn't Evangelina.
I guess first question is, what are you planning?
Okay. The answer is I'm going to ruin Evangelina's life.
Okay, interesting. You just said, are you talking to the third person? Oh, hold on.
No. It's an out of character.
Oh, okay.
answer.
Okay, got it.
That's the vibes you get.
What do you?
If you want the in character answer.
Oh no, it's fine. I guess.
The same.
How could I get your character to reveal you're not Evangelina?
No, just wait 60 seconds.
Just be patient.
Something tells me I need to be patient right now, but I'm curious about why you just happened to crash into my office out of nowhere. I thought you had more tact than that.
And as you're thinking this is like the very cheesy, like kind of overlay of like, what happened? And like, you know, like what Carmen had said earlier, like little bit of like, you know, like that memory music as like, in case the audience has, you know, 5-minute memory, hadn't watched the rest of the previous part of the episode. And it kind of just clicks as Adrian comes in, and Evangelina looks at Adrian in a way that Evangelina never would, which is
With respect.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like no, and then she also has her hair down, and she's like, you know, it's a very like The ruse is up. She doesn't care anymore about like hiding her hairstyle.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, Catalina, you took your hair down. Wait.
Ah,
There it is.
It's like
so
that you
that's-
literally. Go ahead.
that's the feeling of disdain towards yourself that I was feeling at that moment. Interesting.
I'm
says,
I'm still watching Catalina with like that meme of the woman with all the mouth going on.
Exactly.
Over her. It's
Bisexual
all coming
icon. We
together.
love a bisexual icon.
Yes. And as this moment is happening, Evangelina, the real one,
Hulk smashes through the locked door.
you managed to get out of the little weird situation that you were in, like, oh, what was that, Catalina? Like, very confused. As you come out, you actually run into, let me see here, which one of them. You run into Javier, one of your thugs, and Javier's like, oh, they look at you for a second because like they were confused because they had seen Catalina before with Juan, and they're like, Miss Evangelina, is that you?
Who else would it be?
Okay. I don't mean to be presumptuous. I mean, you pay me good money to not ask questions, but is Senor Juan? Are you in a throuple?
With whom?
With the shiny one.
The marketing girl?
Yeah, they were in a closet earlier together.
Ew,
He's waiting.
Never.
He's waiting upstairs, by the way. But I come. There's you. We're loyal. You pay us good. So why did you get another gang?
What do you mean? I didn't get another gang.
The cabrons from Checkmater. They're rounding up everybody right now.
All right. This has gone sideways. Get to Juan, find out what's going on.
Okay.
I need to get some documents from out his office right now.
Okay. I think.
Have they gotten anyone else? Have they grabbed any of our people, or just
no, the others?
Okay.
You pay us good. We do good work.
Tell everyone else to lay low. Let's assume that maybe, hopefully, this is part of Juan's end, and everything is going to plan.
Okay. They, even though they are loyal because of money, they do. Your sons actually do kind of like you. So they kind of pat your shoulder awkwardly because, like, oh, if it's not a thruple situation, you know, kind of thing. And they head out. So, sorry, I'm planning the last showdown here in my mind. So yeah, so you can join in on the scene at any moment now that we go back to in Ada's office. And Ada, your phone is technically buzzing, but I think you're a little too in the moment to know, like, to check it. Possible?
I feel like she multitasks fairly well.
Okay.
She'll at least check to see at least the notifications before what she wants to do next.
Yeah. I would also have you mark cautious because hey, you just figured shit out. Maybe you shouldn't be so cavalier about your plans for everything. And yeah, you check the notifications, and most of it is just like building notifications. It's like automatic like things. And at first glance, it does look like it's like the generator's trying to start up again. And actually, when you look at it, the low lights, not the official lights, come on, but like there's some lights that show up that are like for emergencies only, kind of situation. And it's like, oh, okay, so the rest of them are probably just that. You don't see any other names from those notifications.
Miss De La Vega. Or is it actually De La Vega or is it Rivas? Like, what exactly? You're muted, Anne.
Sorry. I was adopted into the De La Vega family, but I have proof. And she pulls out an envelope from her purse of my true
You just carry
lineage.
that around? Okay. Honestly, actually, no, I shouldn't judge about that.
I look. Adrian just looks at you like, you said that?
You're right.
You've
You're
been
right.
walking around shuffling tarot cards all night, Miss Cruz.
Look, you asked, and I was prepared to read your cards, but okay. You know what? That's valid.
Later. We'll get to that later. Yes. What the? Hey,
I don't know
what's this?
if you missed. I don't know if you missed it, but
Mhm.
I am here to ruin Evangeline Rivas's life, and I'm here to stop her from helping your ex-husband take over your company.
Yes, Adrian.
Thanks. So that was a big bomb to drop. Quick clarification: does that mean that all of the times that Evangelina was respecting
I know
my
where this is
boundaries,
going.
was that actually you?
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's
yeah,
why you
that's-
kept rescinding the HR complaints. Okay,
Yes, because every time I was like, no, I'm really gonna do it this time. Miss De La Vega would
just
pretend
gonna
to be
put in
her
my
sister.
notes
No,
report
that
to
that was
HR.
an
It was
unintended
completely
side effect.
It was, yes.
Okay,
No, I'm not upset.
honestly,
I'm not.
honestly, I will help you file the next HR complaint, and
I was about to
I'll
just put it in the
deliver it to HR
notifications.
myself.
Great, yeah.
And
give it
I'll-
about 15 minutes, yeah.
Look, I'll help if it'll ruin her life.
I'm not mad. I'm just putting all the pieces together. It's like a puzzle.
Yeah,
Or a spreadsheet.
yeah.
What's it
Speaking
about
of-
takeover?
Speaking of spreadsheets, Adrian, could you stop using your sticky notes for like the tabs? Because this looks
No,
like your
but
handwriting.
My sticky notes?
Yes, there's no sticky notes in here. But
Color-coded tabs, please, ma'am.
yes, here you go.
They
look-
parsing through it.
They're off. They look like your handwriting,
Numbers
but it's
are
off.
Yeah, the handwriting is actually pretty decent. I thought I wrote pretty well, but no, I don't write my name like that. Okay, why is there an account in the Cayman Islands? This isn't mine.
My only suspicion, they're trying to make our accounts look bad, make me look bad. I could never.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm just offended by the insinuation that I would be so sloppy with my money laundering.
Exactly. We should have learned. We should have learned from the last, like that other founder. We don't do money laundering, but
I also don't think that's technically the term, but I'm a little bit buzzed right now, and I'm still reeling from this realization.
Make note as we're waiting for the last person to join us. Make note. We're going to do the accounting in secret code now.
Is this going to be something I have to make? I have to make the code as well, or
we'll hire someone. We'll hire someone. We'll find. We'll see if we'll have it in the budget.
It just makes it less secure. Yeah, we could probably find some room in the budget. Apparently, we've been spiriting things away to the Cayman Islands, so we got a little slush fund.
And I think with that, Evangelina, you show up.
Wonderful.
The Cayman Islands. God. It would be in Sweden. Speaking of Cayman
How do you
Islands,
make your dramatic entrance?
Evangelina.
Miss Cruz, Adrian, Catalina.
Would now be an appropriate time for the big meltdown?
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, you You're flustered by all this, like, what's going on? And then there is your sibling. So please read out the meltdown.
Meltdown. For too long, you've measured success by your twin. No more. You claim the thing that they treasure most. Maybe you enjoy the riches, power, or delights you stole. Maybe you light it up and watch it burn. Tomorrow, you'll surely have to face your twin. But tonight, you'll show that you can take their life if you wish it. Yeah, that specific wording was why I wanted to do the meltdown without Evangelina, but here it is. Anyway, she looks like as soon as Evangelina enters, her eyes lock with her twins, and she says, well, 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 if it isn't the one with my face who did not earn a single ounce of her success. As it turns out, when I share a face with someone as devious as you, I sometimes get mistaken for you. And no disrespect, Miss Cruz, but your ex-husband is so dim-witted that he could not tell the difference before he smooched me. But you know what? I have all the information I need to cancel all of your plans for your corporate takeover. Then I will get the cushy top floor chief marketing officer position because Miss Cruz will be so indebted to me for helping her canceling this takeover. I will get the power. I will earn it, unlike you. I will earn all of the favor from Miss Cruz, and I will climb the ladder faster than you ever could on your own. And then, like a big blur of sequence, a big blur of sequence runs out to. What time is it? And do I know to go to the roof? Did Juan have mentioned it?
Juan did mention it, did hint at it, and it's about a few minutes actually to midnight.
In her like badass like knee-high boots or whatever, like her heels or whatever, it's a ball of sequins or a blur of sequins, and as she sprints up to the roof.
Okay.
To stop whatever that is.
Yeah. Evangelina, I want to give you a chance to like have a big moment scene before we end. So react to all this, emote to all this, accuse Ada if you'd like. All that.
Wonderful. Jazz. I have a plan. So after Catalina sprints out, she just kind of shrugs like, doesn't matter, Ada. Even if you figured out, I think she'll see the books on the table. Like, even if you figured out that they falsified these books, it doesn't matter. Because I've learned something more important than that. Your algorithm is broken. You used Adrian too much, and you've broken it completely. It doesn't work. You've doomed our company, and no shareholder will ever vote to keep you instated after this. I still win. And Adrian, if you're smart, she'll strike a power pose, like leaning over on the desk. Be like, if you're smart, you'll come with me right now. Does this count as angrily expressing my love? I would love to do that.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Fantastic.
So, yes, angrily expressing your love. Let me just look at this real quick. Yeah. Are you taking control of the situation? I think you are, yeah.
Yeah, I think I am for sure.
Are you dressed to impress?
Yes.
Do they believe that you're single?
100% no. They have absolutely seen me with someone else.
Okay, so that's a +2. Okay. Oh, also, let's see. Let's double check your. You get a +1 because you are lustful. So,
okay. Oh, I am lustful. Yes, I forgot. All right. So
They wanted him
Boy.
for his T-boy swag.
That is a 9, but I do have a move, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark Raging to bump it to a 10 plus.
Yeah, I think
Nice.
raging works right now.
Excellent. So, on a hit, your target gives themselves to you or reveals a secret they probably shouldn't. They also tell you whether they love you or not and who else they love.
Oh no!
As
Oh
this
my
is
God.
happening,
What a way to end!
as
Oh my-
this is happening, you all are subconsciously hearing a ticking go louder and louder, but don't know what's going on. Also, Ada, your phone is going off, but in this moment, I'm going to say you're like slowly pulling it back out, but you're like, what's going on here? And go ahead, Adrian.
I feel like I'm standing near Ada now because I got out of the way of that really cool showdown going on. I was like, that's not for me. But I'm like, now I'm standing near the window and I'm just like, the reason the algorithm didn't work is because I threw it every time because I'm in love with the lawyer Veronica Bieza. I didn't mean to sabotage it. I didn't mean to sabotage it. I just was scared because she's beautiful and powerful and she's graceful and brilliant and adorable. And I'm an idiot who talks about their rats and knitting and crocheting and making their own tofu.
I just think that makes you an honest person, dear. Don't sell yourself short.
I think
Thanks,
it
that
makes
was weirdly
you.
anticlimactic.
As you say that,
Oh, sorry, Evangelina.
Evangelina, you'll be able to respond in a moment. Ada, you finally like glance down on your phone and it's just like Adamir all over the place. And then you all hear a sigh, like a very loud sigh. And Adrian, since you're next to Ada right now, right?
Yeah.
So you don't see it. So Evangelina, you see somebody looming behind Ada all of a sudden, which how? Because you're by the door and you all hear Adamir's voice going, Ada, why do you make this so difficult? It's hard to be your guardian angel, you know. Grabs you and you both disappear.
What?
And while this is happening, Catalina, you run up the stairs. It's very dramatic. Like your pantsuit is like flowing behind you. Your hair is flowing behind you, and up there is this weird copter thing, and a very nicely dressed, because he always dresses to impress. I don't care what you think, Ada Juan is there waiting. He's like, Evangelina, and what do you say to him?
I don't know which move it is, but I'd like to say
Strike out at someone with voice?
no, but like the idea is to say, to reveal her true identity and say, I'm Catalina Rivas. I am the true heir of the CFO position. I am the twin of Evangelina. I was born 60 whole seconds before her, and I should have her position. And then she pauses and she says, whatever you're up to, I'm here to stop it.
So that's demand what you deserve. So I'm going to say you're not using your playbook move question. Are you offering something of value in return?
I don't think so.
Okay. Do they love you in this moment? No, they're confused. So unfortunately, you're going to be rolling.
Do I have
straight.
anything?
Oh, wait,
no,
yeah.
I don't. I just cleared all my
just cleared
conditions after
everything, yeah.
the meltdown.
Yeah.
F's
So
in
you're
chat,
rolling
but
a
I
straight
got
roll.
nothing. The only straight thing in this game.
Yeah, exactly.
7.
All right. On a hit, the target of your demand chooses 1. An NPC GM chooses. They concede to you. They can clear a condition. They refuse an an escalate, they mark a condition, they run away, you take something from them. They're going to refuse and escalate. No. You may think you know anything, but you're just a pale comparison to Evangelina. Where is she? And as he demands this, there's an explosion, and then you all see smoke and everything and debris coming from below, and immediately worries Evangelina and goes towards the side to see, and it looks like, and if you follow to look over, it does seem to be the room of the office of Ada's office and everything. And we quickly have your shocked expressions. We go to where Ada is, which is in a car, just slightly outside of sorry, not in a car, on a bike, just outside of the building and everything. The snow has stopped. There's a slight bit of road, and you were just fine. Even though he grabbed you, you're holding onto him on the back of the motorcycle, and he's like, "You need to check your messages more."
I'm sorry, the Wi-Fi was down. Where's Adrian?
Should be fine. And then the explosion happens to you, and you turn and look.
Oh, Dios mío. Oh, no. My sweet, sweet Adrian. Oh, and I guess Evangelina as well. Is everyone okay? How are my employees? Oh, my God. Is one dead?
And as you
That's
ask
fine.
that, the credits show, and to be continued, ?
We got a sequel.
I can't believe that. What mid-season finale energy we just brought.
But
We're
yes,
getting renewed for a
You
season
really-
4, y'all.
technically, as the credits go, as he's driving you away for now, there's glistening black wings that spread across his back.
That's hot.
Yeah, sorry.
And the narrator's like, "What happened to Evangelina, Adrian?" And then lists a couple other people. Will they still be alive? Tune in next year. So thank you, everybody. I know we went a little bit long. We still have outros to do and some channel messages. So thank you so much. This has been so much fun. So let's go around the room. I'm Diana Moon. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Diana Moon, respectively. And elsewhere, I don't know. It's December. We're all taking semi-break except for Anne in doing things lovingly. But yes, and I was your lovely GM today. This time, Ava, where can we find you at?
Hello, my darlings and dears. It's your mother, Ava, here. We'll just do it on this side because the words are backwards. Anyway, you can find me anywhere at Madam Ava Couture. Mainly going to be on Twitter because that's still not dead yet, despite everything. But you'll also see me here for another one-shot relatively soon. Other than that, happy holidays, y'all. It's been real.
Thank you very much. Julia.
Amazing. Oh my gosh, thank you for all that today. Hi, Julia. Again, I use she, they pronouns. You can find me at J_Deluxe on both Twitter and Instagram. And hopefully back here on Girls Run These Worlds more next year. Happy holidays.
Yeah, thank you. Erin?
Hello, everyone. I am Aaron, pronouns she, they, they. I'm pretty much Great Cthulhu everywhere but Twitter. I have abandoned ship finally. Mostly Blue Sky. I do a little stuff on Dice Camp. As far as where you can see me next, Thursdays I run Public Access to my friend Stolen Fires channel at 6 p.m. Pacific, and Friday I play Dune on the same channel at 6 p.m. Pacific. And then I have a bunch of offline stuff I do. Oh, and I think I'm going to be recording with Nox, who's on this channel a shit ton. Tomorrow, I think we're back recording again. It's Left for Undead. It's an all disabled cast. It's very inspired by Last of Us. It's wonderful. I think we're recording tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you. And last but not least, lovely Anne.
You here we go. The outro, the super long outro. Okay, hi, I'm Anne. I use she, her pronouns. You can find all of my announcements and things on Twitter because I am a sad girl who refuses to abandon the ship because that's where I made all my friends. Wow, that sounded really pathetic, actually. If you want to find out what I've been doing or what I'm up to at any given point in time, there's a link in chat for my Beacons page that lists my socials and all of the streams that I'm on and all of the VODs I've collected over the last 2 years. There's a lot of them. You don't have to watch them all, but if you're curious, they're there. What am I doing next? On 5% chance, I will be playing Kids on Bikes for their holiday special this coming Thursday. That is the only other holiday-related announcement I have. Check the Beacons page for everything else because I don't have time right now.
Awesome, thank you. And yes, tomorrow on Girls Run Disease World, we do a simulcast on Twitch and YouTube for the finale of Masks Freeze and Burnt, which I'm actually part of. I wear a wig in it. Episode 6, streaming both on YouTube at the same time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means I'm asleep. And it's run by the lovely Allie. It was such a great time. I want to mush about that. It was really great. I got to do not an isekai, but like a villain regression arc. So check it out if you haven't. It's all the VODs are there. But also tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is another holiday one-shot set in dialect, a game about language and how it dies. A community of elves are preparing for Christmas. This is run by Jilly. Look, dialect is such a fun game. And then our next holiday one-shot will be Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A Bluebeard's Bride holiday horror where the cast is awoken to find out they are the new Mrs. Claus, run by our very own Arnica. That's going to be so great. I can't wait for that one. In addition to the 2 one-shots we just mentioned, and the now 6 one-shots already wrapped, there'll be 5 more themed one-shots between now and December 22nd. So please stay tuned to catch all of the holiday fun. It has been a blast, everyone. Thank you all. Maybe maybe the networks will allow us to have a continuation sometime next year. Maybe we'll find out what happens to all these lovely people. Have a great day or evening, everybody. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Happy holidays, everyone.
See, happy holiday.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Yes, man.